We're going to be doing how to make leather earrings. It's quite easy. It's not that hard. It's easy to learn if you've never done it before. First, you'll need like your essential, like your basics. You'll need like paint, of course. You'll need your easy to do earring hooks, which aren't that hard to do, surprisingly. And then you'll need leather. It doesn't matter what kind of leather you use. You can use cowhide leather or you can use rawhide leather. I'm using rawhide today. So first off, we're going to get our block here. We're going to lay our leather on top of it. Then we're going to get our water, a little bucket of water here with a sponge. And we're going to take our sponge and we're going to wet the leather down. And we're going to get it nice and wet because if you don't, then your stamp that you're going to be using is not going to work very well. So your leather, if you're using the type of color leather I'm using, it should be this dark when you wet it down. This is the stamp I'll be using. I'll be using a cowboy hat. When you do it, you're going to want to take out your stamp and you're going to want to position it on your piece of leather like you want it, because if you mess this up, you're going to have to start all over again and it's not that fun to do. You have to start over. So wet it down, like I said, really good, which the water will dry really easily and fast on this piece of leather. So wet it down really good. I'm going to lay it down where I want it, my stamp. I'm going to take my maul here, which is like a hammer, but it's not that heavy like a hammer. And we're going to use a maul because if you use anything else, it'll break the top of your stamp, and that's a lot of money down the drain. We're going to put it on top, position it on top of our stamp, and we're going to hit it like so. And so then it'll leave a mark on the piece of leather. You can't really see it that well, but it'll leave a cowboy hat on there, and it's really cool looking. But you have to be careful not to hit the stamp too hard, or you'll mess up the bottom of your stamp. You'll break the outline and the cuts in the stamp. You can use any color paint you want. You're going to take your paint and you're going to get an easy to use paintbrush. You don't want to get one that's too big or too small. And you're going to want to paint it. I'm using the color coral because I like coral. And I'm just going to paint it on the whole entire cowboy hat. When you get done painting it, it should look like this. It should be nice and smooth. You have to be really careful when you're painting it because sometimes you can get on the outside lines of the stamp. So you have to be really easy and cautious whenever you're painting this. It takes time, and sometimes it takes a little bit of practice, surprisingly, when you're painting, because you can really mess it up if you're not careful. I have a hole punch here. I have a hole punch, which is very sharp, surprisingly, so you have to be careful not to get your finger in the way, or you'll take a hole out of your finger. You're going to line up where you want to put your hole at in your earring. And right here, I'm going to put mine right here, kind of in the middle. And you got to press down really hard, and then piece of leather around so you get it nice and hollow. And take it off, and voila, you got a hole at the top of your piece of leather. Here, I got a really easy to use back, like I said in the beginning. And I'm going to move down my little spring on the earring back. Got my needle nose pliers. I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to separate the bottom part where my earring's going to go. When it comes to doing this earring part, when you're putting the hook on, you have to pay really good attention to where you're putting the earring back, because I've actually put the earring back in backwards multiple times. And then you have to get a whole nother earring back. I need to make my hole a bit bigger. Now I'm taking my pliers, I'm going to close up the end of this earring. I'm moving around so it just gets used to moving around, because your earrings should move. Like if the wind's blowing, your earrings should move, because if it doesn't, then it's going to pull and it hurts really bad. So by the end, your earrings should look like this. It should have a back on it. It's really easy to do, easy to make, and it doesn't cost that much.